Minecraft. Here goes nothing. The new update for 1.8 just got pushed down. It's 3 a.m. here in the Pacific time zone. But I just saw Notch tweet that Minecraft was up, and so I'm doing something I don't typically do, which is I went ahead and I grabbed the new update, and I would like to create a new world. And so let's call it Lorgon 111. And I want survival as opposed to creative, although at some point I do also want to try out creative because I think it'll be fun to fly around. And more world options. I can give it a seed. So I guess let's try this guy as a seed. Generate structures on. Great. World type normal. I don't even know what that is. And okay, let's try this out. Create a new world. Hello, hello. If you've missed me, here I am. I've been busy, but now I'm back. And I hear animals, and I am in a world, and I didn't spawn on a beach. That's interesting. And we are in Minecraft Beta 1.8, and I am going to give the world a moment to render as I look in a couple of different places. And oh my gosh, I haven't played Minecraft in like more than 2 weeks. And it's like, do I even remember still how to play? Let's find out. I am starting a new world. And so I will go ahead and start doing all of the New World stuff you need to do to get set up. I can tell already that the lighting is a little bit different from what I'm accustomed to seeing. It seems like I'm kind of at the border of a desert and some other biome, and so fortunately there's trees here so that I can get some wood to start. And I guess 6 pieces of wood will be a good thing to start. And oh, I already have forgotten exactly where I spawned. I spawned somewhere right near here. And so I guess just out in kind of the clearing, I'm going to go ahead and let's pick up some sand, because you may recall, or actually most of you probably won't recall, because most of you probably weren't around back in February on my channel when I first did my first exploration and tactics video on Minecraft. But one of the things that I suggest is marking your spawn point, so you don't end up wandering around too far away and then forget where it is that you spawned, because until you have a house and a bed, those things didn't exist the first time I was playing. Those are, you know, like, if you die, you're going to respawn back here, and so it's nice to get started near where you have your spawn point. And yeah, I don't know if I want to explore around. I guess I want to actually go find some cobblestone so I can make some better tools and make my initial tools and all of that kind of stuff. So let's go over here just a tiny bit, because it'll be easier to dig into the grassy area, I believe. And I will go ahead and create a crafting table and make some sticks. Oh, and I just did shift click and it just turned them all into sticks in one thing. And oh yeah, and so I'm looking at the bottom bar for the first time, and so I've got the hunger meter. And yes, I don't know, I haven't thought this through in terms of, do I want to talk through kind of all of what you need to do in Minecraft to get started? I think probably not. I think most of you have been playing Minecraft, or at least watching Minecraft videos for a while, and you know the basics. But yeah, there's going to be new crafting recipes for some new items, and all kinds of new things. Oh, I have to try out sprinting. I'm going to try that out shortly. But first of all, I'm going to mine up some cobblestone. And let's see, how much cobblestone do I need for a few tools? Not all that much. I rarely start new worlds. I have 10 pieces of cobblestone. I think that'll be probably good for some basic tools. And so let me put this down, and I am definitely going to want a pick and a shovel. And so I will grab a pick and a shovel, and I will put them in the correct slots. And finally, I'm going to want a stone sword to get started. So I will put that there. And yeah, I guess at this point I'll do a little bit of exploring, but keeping in mind that I'm going to have to build a shelter for the night. That's right, and we have new kinds of enemies and things, and so I just want to kind of peek over here. There is a chicken who I think I could now... There's a chicken over there too. Kill in order to get food, and they've always been hard to hit. Alright, but they die easily. Oh, I got an experience point, was that little bubble, I think. And then here we have raw chicken, and so I think I'm going to want to cook the chicken. And for that, I'm going to need some coal, and I'm going to need a furnace. And I'm a little worried because furnaces, I think, were one of the things that was a little bit bugged out in the pre-release, but I think maybe even pre-release 2, they already had fixed that up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and mine a little bit more cobblestone with my new stone pick. This is very exciting. I can eat chicken in Minecraft for the first time. I'm sure it will be delicious. Although I don't need to eat it yet. And let's see, I could even use that as a home in an emergency if I needed to. It would be nice to find some coal. I don't have... Alright, let me take a look. Let me walk around over here and see if there's any exposed cliffs or mountains anywhere over in this direction. Oh, and I said I need to try sprinting. I need to try sprinting. Alright, it's a little bit hillier over here, so that has some promise for finding... Ooh! And it looks like there's a nice little cave system over here. Before I go in it, I think that you press W twice? I'm not sure exactly... Oh, and there's a nice cave entrance over here as well. And so, both of these could be good for quickly finding some exposed resources, although I don't see any coal over here. I'm also worried about kind of being in some darkness. Aha! Coal. Great. In terms of the overall how to survive your first night strategy, if you can find coal, that's great. Otherwise, you can always make some charcoal by making a furnace and just burning some wood with wood. But coal is much better because now I can make tons of torches just with that resource. And I just want to walk back around here to make sure I still know where I am. Yes. Okay. And so I will go ahead and... Once again, I'm going to try this with shift-click. And so if I do shift-click, boom, it just created as many as it possibly could. And so that is pretty cool. And so I'm going to go leave a torch down there. Oh, and look at the lighting. So right over by the torch, it's still very bright, but then I see it has kind of a yellowy tinge as I kind of get farther away and the light level's gone down. So that is interesting. And... the music is just starting to kick in. What are my... let's see. Music at 9%. I'm going to actually move it up to... I'll just move it up to 10%. I think it tends to get loud. And are there any other new settings? Oh yeah, this field of view thing. That I guess you can... Let me just go ahead and try that all the way at the other end. Whoa! That is pretty weird. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright, let's go back to the normal field of view, which I guess lets me see less actually, but then that's okay, because I can handle the amount of information that's in my field of view at this point. And here we have these lovely little dried up shrubs. Okay, and so the sun was still high, but it's starting to go down. And so obviously I could hole up in my little hole that I was digging over here for the night. But now that I have some torches, I could also do some exploring over at this cave system entrance that was over here. I haven't collected all that much wood. I should probably collect a little bit more to have some wood on me. And I guess I could go ahead and make a wooden axe. I'll worry about that at some other point. And where was that entrance? Right, there were a few entrances. So this one's kind of relatively... I have a shovel. I should just be using my shovel to dig here. Kind of a nice little walk-in entrance. Ooh, and there's some iron. And as of yet, don't hear any bad guys. Gosh, the lighting is crazy. Neat. I have found water. Oh, neat. And this looks like it's a dead end. Okay, so I've got this whole area lit up. That's fantastic. There was some iron at the entrance, and so I'm going to go ahead and mine that. And then I can just seal this off and use this. This will make a nice kind of little base starting station. Got a few pieces of iron, and there's a whole lot more coal here, and so I might as well go ahead and mine some coal. Yes, so there are all kinds of new things in Minecraft Beta 1.8. It's the adventure update. We've got new mobs for fighting. We've got all kinds of new structures that will spawn kind of naturally in the world. We've got bigger biomes and more biomes. Yes, I've watched some videos of people playing when the 1.8 pre-release number 1 and number 2 were out. But I tried not to watch too much because I wanted, still a bit of it to be a surprise. Oh, I wanted to go see the sunset. But there's all this iron here. Is the sun setting yet? Yes, I think it's about to go down. And so let's get out of here. Let me actually break in my stone shovel. But I want to be able to see this. And I'm also going to want to collect some more dirt. I want to have some dirt on me that I can just use as kind of to fence me in that what is going to become my initial home. As per usual, rather than building a freestanding structure, Brian just likes to live in kind of like caves and hollows and whatnot. So I still never figured out, like, if I was pressing up twice quickly, like, it looked like something was about to happen, but I'm not sure. Oh, did I just sprint there? Hold on. I think I did. Okay, here's me walking. And then if I press and hold, yes, I am definitely sprinting here. Neat. And, oh, wow, the night, like, the sky is kind of red over there, and it has kind of more of a blue tinge over here. And let me try to see if I can sprint again. There we go. I'm sprinting. I think you can, like, jump farther. Okay, and now it's starting to get dark, and I've not put any torches kind of out in the world out here. And so I should probably do that as well. But before bad guys start spawning, and I have no idea, like, so obviously we have the Enderman as a new mob, which is pretty scary. And because they can teleport and, like, they're neutral until you look at them. And then once you look at them, they see you and they turn angry and hostile and come after you, and they can teleport and do all kinds of crazy things. And I have no idea, like, what their rules for spawning are. Like, I presume they spawn at night, but I don't actually know. Alright, so I'm just going to seal that in, so I'm sealed in over here. I am going to leave this water source here because I could make a bucket with my original iron. Actually, I have a fair bit of iron. Let's go ahead and put out a crafting table. And let's see, I can make a furnace. It's my first 1.8 furnace. How exciting! I will plop that down, and oh, I've got exactly 8 pieces of iron. That's perfect. So we'll get some iron cooking up, and then I could also cook up the chicken so I can have some food ready. But I think I might go ahead and make a bucket, just because a bucket of water is a very useful thing to have in general. And yeah, it's been a long time since, like, I have started a new world to have any sense of, like, what a good order is for obtaining materials and different things. But since I've holed myself up here in a cave, obviously one of the things I'll probably do while it's nighttime out is do some more mining and digging around here. And let's see. But I would like to turn the water off because I don't like the water noises always there running. And so let's go ahead and make a bucket right here at the beginning. And I can pick that up, and now I have a bucket of water. Great. And with my other iron, do I want to make other iron tools right now? I guess an iron pick actually would be pretty fantastic, because then any mining that I do will go much quicker. Oops. Except first I need sticks. Zoink. 12. I made them all at once. All right. So the shift-click thing, I think I could get used to. Seems pretty good. My inventory isn't too full, so I'm not going to worry about having to make a chest or anything like that yet. And yeah, I guess if my base is kind of over here and I have kind of like the sealed off entrance to the outside over here, I just want to go do some mining for resources while it's nighttime, and so I'm going to start digging down. And let's see. Yes, it's been forever since I have made a Minecraft video, where forever is probably, only like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it's been. But yeah, there's been a combination of things. So one is I recently told you guys that I work at Microsoft on Visual Studio and the F# programming language. And for those of you who are developers or computer enthusiasts, you may be aware of the fact that the Build conference is going on, which is basically the first place where Windows 8 and the Visual Studio 11 developer preview are being shown off. And so a bit of what I have done recently in terms of my own work is just making sure that all the stuff that's kind of on our plate for that has been all prepared. There isn't a whole lot related to F#, the product that I work on, that's terribly exciting there. There will be a talk about F# later in the week. But for the most part, Windows 8 has been the star of the show, and there's a bunch of cool stuff actually with Windows 8 that they've been demoing, and it makes me want it now. And so I'm excited for that. But in any case, so obviously work has been one thing that has taken up a bit of my time. Also, Puzzle Hunt. So we've talked a little bit about puzzle events, I think, after I did Puzzle Safari earlier in the year, and I talked a little bit about that in a Minecraft video. And so Puzzle Hunt is kind of the main event in terms of Microsoft puzzle events, and there hadn't been a Puzzle Hunt in a long time, too long. And so it was just this past weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and if I remember, I will actually put a link to the Puzzle Hunt puzzles, because there's now an external website that has the puzzles and the answers of the things that we worked on this weekend, and it was a ton of fun. Puzzle Hunt is always a ton of fun. And hello! Alright, it just got interesting. And so that's basically what I did all weekend. And yeah, basically Puzzle Hunt is like a 36-hour event or 32-hour, I don't remember exactly. It starts on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and you have a team of 12 people, and you solve puzzles basically until Sunday evening at 6 p.m. is when it ends. Alright, and still haven't seen any mobs. Alright, yeah, I'm not going to be able to successfully do the spelunking I'm doing and doing my storytelling, blah blah blah, storytelling at the same time. So I'm gonna stop the story for a minute. Oh my gosh! It's a spider web. This is an abandoned mine shaft. This is pretty cool. Okay, and so spider webs, I think like you can like jump in them and like you get like stuck in them and they're very hard to like move through. And I think that might mean, like, are there blue spiders around here now? And, ay, ay, ay. Okay, so there's definitely some iron here that I would like to mine, but I'm trying to light up a little bit. Oh my gosh! That's a monster spawner. Holy crap. I am, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Why is it just floating there? Can I break it from here? I don't know that I want to break it, though. It's a spider spawner. Hasn't spawned anybody. It's, like, not on a floor. Is this normal? Yeah, I don't know with terrain generation if like things are completely different now. I have no idea, and I also don't have an axe to quickly get through wood. Okay, I haven't seen any monsters spawning, and so possibly, yeah, basically, I have no idea. Alright, this looks like a normal spider spawner. I thought I was, can you, oh, I think someone said, it looks like that's a, oh yeah, you can, okay, you can break them with your sword. Okay, and so I think I have enough light that that's going to stop the spawner, but that's crazy. So there's a spawner inside the abandoned mine shaft, and it didn't seem to spawn any bad guys. But I don't know if that's something that normally happens, that there'll be spawners inside mine shafts, or if it's just like this was going to be a dungeon and then like the terrain generation. I have no idea. That's pretty crazy. I'm still kind of flabbergasted that I haven't run into any mobs yet. I do have it on normal and not peaceful, right? When we went to my options, hello. Difficulty peaceful. All right. Well, that explains that. I guess when they had the new update, did it do that? Or, oh no, I'm an idiot. So, the last time I was playing 1.7, yeah, I was doing something else and I had switched it to peaceful. And, alright, well, that took a little bit of the excitement about finding this spawner, and so I feel guilty about that already. But what's done is done. I'm sure there will be many scary mobs coming after me in the near future. Oh, crap! And I hear a spider already. But it couldn't be from the spawner, right? Because I can't tell where the spider, as usual, like spiders, it's hard to listen directionally for them. And yes, alright. Well, I don't know where he is. With the abandoned mine shaft, like, it seems like there's many places he could be, but it also seems like, for the most part, like, the abandoned mine shaft has a lot of these little entrances that are only, like, 1 wide or something. I never cooked my chicken, which would have been a smart thing to do, so that I had some good food ready. Because I think also you can get poisoned by blue spiders, I think, and I think you can also like get poisoned by eating raw food. And of course, I haven't been paying attention to how I got here. It's funny that it's weird the sound that it makes when you break a spider web. It's like breaking stone. I would have expected a different sound or something. So right, I came in over here. Okay, great. So this is where I came in. So if I need to go back, and I almost wonder if I should go back because it is. I haven't been paying attention to time. Oh, and I hear a zombie. Who is who knows where. But I haven't been paying attention to how much time, I've spent underground. And so it may very well be the case that daytime is rising. And of course I did not give myself a good step to get back up here. Oh, and here's more iron. Well, I've been very lucky with iron so far. I've already found a lot of it. Oh, crap. And I was going to say I've been very lucky with mobs, but then I just remembered that I accidentally had it on peaceful. And so I guess that's not luck. That's just Brian being a foolish idiot. One of the main reasons I was so excited about the adventure update is the adventure. Basically, I like fighting the mobs. I need a better way up here. I think this was where my staircase down was, so why don't I just go do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright. And come back up into here. Okay, and that's where I got a bunch more iron. Yeep, yeep, yeep. I feel like with the field of view thing, like even when I have it back on normal, it feels a little different. I feel a little bit kind of disoriented or something. Alright, I hear bad guys outside walking on the grass. I have 12 more iron, and so I am going to cook some of that up. And in a moment I will cook up the chicken as well. And I would like to take a peek at whether it's daytime yet. And I believe it is. I believe I see daylight out there. And so, let's see. Rather than leave this cooking, are there other things I need to craft? I already have tons of cobble. I guess I will go ahead and make a chest. Not that I really need it yet. But it will give me an opportunity to show off another thing that is new in Minecraft 1.8 that seems a little gratuitous. Oh, my food bar is down a little bit. So that's another, like, I have no idea, like, with the food bar, like, does just, like, walking around and doing things, like, use up food? So in any case, the thing I was going to show is chests now actually open and close, and they have a little animation. And that's the part that seems kind of gratuitous. and I can shift click and put stuff in chests. I'm a little bit worried about that if the chest gets full, because I know there was a bug where it crashed if you shift clicked an object into a full chest, and I don't know if they fixed that one. That was one that the last time they introduced shift click back in 1.7 or 1.6, they had that same bug. And so the bug just keeps on coming back. And let's see, are there other things I need to craft? Right, I was saying I wanted to craft a, what do you call the thing that I'm about to make right here? An axe, yes, a stone axe. Because then I can cut down some trees more easily. And, oh, and I have one, oh, I guess I got from the spider web, did I get this string? In any case, I'm definitely going to want to get some string so that I can make a bow. And as this finishes, I will try cooking chicken for the first time ever. And so I put the raw chicken in, and I have no idea like how many hearts, or I guess food doesn't give you hearts anymore, does it? It gives you like food, cooked chicken, hooray! It gives you like food bar, regeneration, something. I don't even know how to describe it. But my understanding is eating food doesn't heal you, rather eating food fills your food bar, and then when you have a full food bar, you can just start regenerating health over time. And I see squids. I think I see a squid. Yes, I see squids over there. All right. So, let's see. I killed the chicken, and it just occurred to me that also, I think possibly animals don't respawn the same way that they used to, and so animals and mobs may be kind of a limited resource in terms of food and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and start chopping down some trees while I talk. And so it may be useful, well, a couple things. One, it would be good to set up a wheat farm, because that's one unlimited source of food. There's new plants that you can farm pumpkins, and you can farm melons as some kind of new plant, and I forget if there's other new things. Oh, and like mushrooms, and they can like turn into giant mushrooms. Oh my gosh, there's so much in this update that I have only seen like little tidbits of. I know, I'm leaving floating trees, which is just like an awful thing to do. Why don't I cut down some shorter trees so I don't leave floating trees that everyone finds annoying. Yes, but I'm going to need a sustainable food source. And then the other thing you can do is chickens, because chickens lay eggs, and you can throw eggs, and they sometimes hatch new chickens. And so I could farm chickens that way as another way to have a food source that's renewable. But let's see, if there's any tall grass around, I'll probably end up just having to fight some skeletons so that I can get some bone meal, and then I can grow whatever I need to grow pretty easily. And, oh yeah, and the skeletons have new, like, they actually have the bow, like, carried at their side, and so they, even if they're stuck in a too tall area, I think they can still shoot at you, which was one of their main weaknesses before. And so that will be different and exciting when I end up having to fight some skeletons. And, yeah, there's going to be so much crazy stuff. But before I do too much crazy investigating, obviously I want to get myself, my home base kind of all set up. And so, did I just see something over here? I thought I saw something move over here. Aha! I did! It is a skeleton who perhaps is going to leave me some bones. Or perhaps not. And it looks like, yep, just lots of cave system entrances and things around here. Not going to try to light them all up right now. Obviously I can do that at night. Here in the daytime I'm going to do more daytime kind of work. Brian always likes to chop down trees, not only because it gives you wood, and so you never want to run out or run low on wood, especially when you're downstairs underground, but I also like cutting down trees, as we know. One, because it's just peaceful and relaxing, chopping down wood. And the other, because it means you get a clearer view of what's around you, and so you can see the creepers coming over the horizon so they don't surprise you. Oh, and there's some tall grass right here. And so, oh, and I think possibly like you can even like with shears like collect tall grass now. I actually want to try that out. I also want to see, great, I got a seed. So I can try planting some wheat but I'm also going to go create some shears and see if I can collect tall grass and possibly collect some... I think if you place leaves now, they don't disintegrate like they used to, which I have kind of mixed emotions about, actually. I kind of liked it the way that it was, where when you placed a leaf block, if it wasn't next to some wood, it would degrade over time. But I guess I don't mind it too badly if they're going to have player leaf blocks not degrade. Okay, what was I making? I wanted to make... Oh, I came to the crafting bench to make shears, and you don't need a crafting bench to make shears. Dummy. And my food bar continues to go down, and so I think possibly it just goes down over time, and so I definitely need to go ahead and start a farm so that I'll have a renewable food resource here. And so... Yes, I just collected tall grass. That is crazy. And then, yeah, obviously I can still break the tall grass as well. If I want to start a farm, I'm going to need a hoe. And so... Oh, and I think possibly I need to start a farm near water as well. Right, because otherwise the grass... Alright, well, I have water right here, so I'm just going to do this. I will do that. And I will make another crafting bench, and make a hoe. Yeah, alright, so this episode is going to be completely all over the map. I'm talking about a few random things in life, I'm trying to remember how to play Minecraft, and yeah, but at the same time, yeah, it's just a chance to get back into the swing of things. Oh yeah, I guess, I'm not sure how close to that I need to be, but I think right now I only have one seed anyway. But yes, I have grass, and I don't know, can I replace the grass, like, just as tall grass, or can you place it on dirt and, like, grass will grow, or... I guess I could just replace it. Alright, well, that's interesting. And so I got another seed, and so I'll go ahead and place one more seed to start my little farm. And then I'm going to wait for my food bar to get down pretty low. Oh, the sun is going down again. I'm going to wait for my food bar to get down pretty low before I try eating this chicken, because I want to find out how much food it replenishes. And so, because yeah, I don't know all the different food items, if they give you, like, you know, 1 food bar or 2 food bar or what. Wow. Alright. And now I can watch another beautiful Minecraft sunset. I still have some torches. It'd be great to, like, light up just a little bit more of the area here. Oh, and here's an egg. I'm glad I found that, because I may be able to use that to start a chicken farm at some point. Although I think eggs kind of rarely turn into chickens, and so probably need a bit of luck to have that work out. Alright, since it's getting dark, I'm going to go back inside. I will make a door for this little area. I think I will continue to use this as my home for a little bit. I hear something walking around outside. Oops, I hear zombies. Let's go ahead and quickly shift-click. Wow, it made like a stack and a half. That is crazy. It just makes everything. So I am going to go put the door down to seal myself in here to feel a bit safer. And obviously I'm not completely safe because I have my little mine shaft that goes down to somewhere where bad guys can get me, and so I think I might go ahead and plug that up for the moment as well. But in this case, we have a little home. We've gotten a little bit started. I've started talking about some random stuff. We already saw a crazy mine shaft and a spawner, and picking up tall grass and some new things and the lighting. Yeah, but I think that's a good place to go ahead and just call it for a first episode. And yeah, I'm hoping to bring you plenty more Minecraft videos coming your way. More Minecraft exploration and tactics with Brian. I don't know, I do want to have this new world as opposed to carry over my 1.7 world, just because I want to start things fresh. But I don't know how frequently I'll make videos. It depends on how much time I have and what's going on. But hopefully, yes, this reminds you that I am still alive, and I'm going to make Minecraft videos, and I'm really excited about 1.8, and we'll have a bunch of cool stuff coming up soon, and so I will see you next time. This is Brian signing off.